The program's rationale is to provide support in an educational format to assist families in raising their anything but typical child. Family structure is essential for maintaining balance within the family system. Those diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, and attention deficit disorder, ADD, need support, structure, and unconditional love from their parents, caregivers, and family members. Family has such a profound impact in every aspect of our lives. Often feelings of hopelessness and despair are encountered when parenting children with ADHD and ADD. Basic elements of ADHD, ADD will be reviewed. Solutions will be the focus for improvements amongst family members. Parents need to utilize child-rearing skills that are specific for behaviorally challenged children that will promote healthier interactions. Parental involvement is an imperative aspect of the effectiveness of this program and for your family's success. The differences in symptomatology are crucial to understand the appropriate and most effective approaches and treatments. Impulsivity is seldom present with ADD, where ADHD lacks the frontal lobe functions that rationalize their actions, causing their impulsivity. Distractibility for ADD is due to the lack of energy and is situational. ADHD distractibility includes racing thoughts, forgetfulness, and boredom. Hyperactivity for ADD is related to anxiety and not to motor activity as seen in ADHD. Those diagnosed with ADHD long for excitement. Social problems are seen in both groups from their tendencies to interrupt misinformation and manipulative behaviors, which tend to limit relationships and interactions amongst their peers. ADD does not need instant gratification as those with ADHD do. ADHD tend to have increased irritability and aggression due to their inability to process information along with their decreased tolerance of coping with frustration. ADHD children tend to be loud and are often seen as obnoxious. ADD children tend to have concrete thought processes, while ADHD thoughts are considered to be a supporting process. Organization can be beneficial for children that have difficulty misplacing belongings, causing frustration, and maintaining focus on the task at hand. ADHD children are typically diagnosed earlier due to the abundance of energy they display. ADD children tend to be withdrawn, making diagnosis difficult to diagnose until later. The battles that both groups face ultimately are their biggest challenges that eventually become their biggest assets. The educational aspects of this program will provide guidance while assisting parents to alter their current parenting styles with new methods that will incorporate positive reinforcement and consistency into their child-rearing techniques. Stress and frustration will decrease by utilizing goal-oriented behavior modifications, which will provide hope to be restored in their commitment for positive change. The lack of acceptance of the disorder and parental conflict correlates with the increased rates of divorce in these families. Brett Taylor and Macias suggested caretaker-focused interventions might include components that assess and address the parents' coping styles and support them to deal with behavioral challenges. Issues affecting the family include conflict, depression, communication problems, isolation, anxiety, blame, and stress. Feelings associated with ADHD include guilt, shame, resentment, embarrassment, anger, sadness, hopelessness, and despair. Researchers found that the interrelationship between parents of children with behavioral problems had increased conflict, cited by Wynn. Assisting families on potential solutions will eliminate placing blame on one another. Family interactions will be designed to close the gaps of isolation to live freely without regard to judgment from others by sharing the knowledge of this disorder. Participation in role-play scenarios will be performed to grasp concepts from opposing viewpoints. According to Michelson, DeRayes, Meyer, successful engagement in treatment requires that clinicians recognize how parents understand their child, understand the issues for which they have sought care, and understand the implications that this presenting concern may have for them, their child, and their family. Monitor child's interactions to certify that the focus is being placed on the appropriate social barriers. The environment also provides behavioral tendencies to fluctuate, knowing atmospheres that trigger outbursts or cause the child to disengage need to be identified. The desire for change is crucial for accomplishing a redefined balance in their lives. The family will need to commit to attending the program sessions in addition to actively participating in the program activities in order to gain experience the benefits of this program offers. Additional therapeutic elements such as family therapy and support groups may be necessary for optimal growth and harmony. Family members need to work as a team to collectively approach their desired goals. ADHD ADD will be presented from a clinical perspective, and this program was projected to meet the growing needs of families that are faced with these challenges by providing them with the appropriate guidance to promote and improve family functioning. Sibling interactions will be discussed with strategies to enhance interaction. Sibling rivalry is common in families with disabled children. The sibling relationships can cause jealousy due to double standards and assumptions. Psychoeducational groups are commonly used with educating family members on the complications, behaviors, and resources that are available to them. The program will focus on the importance of interrelationship maintenance and emphasize techniques and approaches to maximize solutions for parenting. The family needs to understand the importance of acceptance and unconditional love. Working for a cause can deter stress and promote change. Stigmas are inevitable, but can be challenged when counteracted with the foundations of knowledge. According to Michaelsen, Gorez, and Myers, families do not have sufficient resources to access health care, or that families do not access health care due to stigma and mental health diagnosis. Stress reduction for the child and family are inevitable in familial understanding and support. Understanding the disorder will promote a willingness to explore advocacy. Opportunities for group members to interact during the course of the program will assist in providing support networks to be formed. The families need to know that they are not alone. Information available on the internet and the community will be provided to the program participants to encourage networking for support. Triggers for behaviors will be addressed to meet the potential barriers that are limiting the child's ideal potential academically and socially with variables and solutions. Coping strategies will be explored and identified on an individual basis. Medical education and nutritional specialists will be guest speaking on the nutritional and medical aspects of ADHD ADD. These specialists will answer parent questions and address concerns. Medication versus non-medication will also be discussed by the medical professional. Program outcomes. Parents will be able to communicate more effectively to provide mutual love and support for their children. Parents will acknowledge the challenges that siblings face to better understand and diminish conflict among siblings. Become a voice for your child. Educate others on the disorder. Involve teachers by inviting them to work with you on this adventure for change. The program participants will be knowledgeable on the resources available online and in the community to support educational designated programs, advocacy, and parenting skills. The participants will be aware of the counseling agencies and the services they offer. According to Spratt, Taylor, and Macias, research has suggested that behavioral characteristics associated with a disability are more important correlates of parental stress than the severity of the child's intellectual disability and physical condition. The parents will understand that they are not failures unless they give up. If parents do not believe in their child, there is little left for what the child will believe in. Communicating briefly when interacting with the child will assist the parents to yield their desired results. Distractions need to be minimized when tasks are approached. Tasks should be approached in list format. The list format allows their child to check off and visualize their accomplishments. Knowledge on the triggers will eliminate unwanted behaviors of the child and the parent. Utilize the parenting skills that promote positive reinforcement. Ensure consistency with clarity. Whale and Andres Reed Hanker suggested that teaching parents to identify their personal triggers and analyze the what, when, and where of the perturbations in their own distress levels may help them learn to cope with unpleasant affective changes in adaptive ways, thereby decreasing the cumulative emotional toll of raising a child with a chronic disorder. Realize and act upon the child's needs by accommodating their unique style of learning. Utilize the effective strategies to promote growth and unconditional love and support. Know the limitations of your child as uncontrolled. Limit the negative influences from others that can manifest and significantly diminish progress. Consider the nutritional aspects that feed the nature of the physical and mental responsiveness. Include the family on meal planning activities and limitations. Join the child by participating in an energetic physical interaction. Promote exercise to release energy, aggression, and endorphins, which have been associated with decreased symptoms in hyperactivity. The ADHD, ADD children should be encouraged to participate in team sports for exercising and socializing. Parents go through a grieving process when their child is diagnosed with a disorder. Accepting the disorder will attune the parental response with possibilities for handling and coping with the situational stressors that arise. Recognize and accept the responses in public that therapeutic holds may have on bystanders. They are necessary for the safety of your child and others. Acknowledging the strength that these children possess will limit the reactions to hasty glares and criticisms from others. Services. Information in the form of brochures, support groups, and advocacy resources such as children and adults with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, otherwise known as CHADD, will be handed to participants. The nutritional specialist will provide information on the danger of carbohydrates, sugars, and the effects of some food diets have when the body processes them. The medical specialist will provide information on medications, side effects, and other options that are available. According to Jones, behavioral and pharmacological treatments, though often useful in controlling symptoms, never help people understand their thoughts and feelings in a way that would lead to permanent symptom relief and a more coherent sense of self. The parents will be aware of the importance of their role in focusing on their child and not a prescription for solutions. Methods for discussing your child's disorder will be detailed. Jones suggested that it seems more useful to assist young people in understanding their symptoms and forces behind them than it is to let them believe they have a broken brain and only give them medication or limited educational or behavioral therapy. Education and individual education plans will be discussed by the education specialist to ensure children are receiving the appropriate methods for their optimal learning success. The Counseling Center will provide support groups for participants of this program. According to Spratt, Taylor, and Macias, current support groups and short-term parenting education courses have been shown to be useful intervention strategies for stressed parents but are not always available. This program is dedicated to making information, education, and support available to families struggling with ADHD and ADD. The interpersonal relation scale will be administered to the parents and the children to rate variances of their self-perception to measure potential changes that will be useful in measuring the program effectiveness. The participants will complete a survey of satisfaction with our program upon completion. Parents and teachers will complete a parent and teacher symptom rating scale to assess changes in behavior pre-program and post-program to measure potential changes that have occurred. After completing role-play exercises with disruptive behavior scenarios, the parents will complete a positive and negative effect schedule to assess their feelings. The measurements will provide useful information on the extent of the program effectiveness over time. The family observation schedule. This assessment measures the factors related to communication, allowing the interactions to be analyzed with the system, providing feedback and strengths and weaknesses that are observed. An overview of confidentiality will be presented at the initial meeting. Consent forms will be required with a signature that will be kept on file. The importance of confidentiality will be reiterated in subsequent meetings. Maintaining scope of practice will be important due to the nutritional and medical aspects. The participants will be provided with appropriate information from the professional speakers in case the need arises that they may need any further assistance. Counter-transference issues will be identified in any of the counseling staff that may have children that are ADD, ADHD to ensure that there are not any unresolved issues. The cultural differences of the participants will provide alternate solutions, perceptions with and for one another. These differences will be welcomed and explored. Traditional methods of parenting that participants utilize will not be scrutinized. They will be modified to meet the needs of the family that are most effective and they are most comfortable with. The willingness to attend and commit to counseling can vary on cultural beliefs. Rapport building will be essential for establishing and providing a trusting environment. Lighting suggested role of family therapists to help culturally diverse families move through and adjust to family life stages in the healthiest way possible. This means helping them become aware of, accept, and function in new family life cycle roles, whether in a nuclear or extended family. Cultural specific resources may be necessary for participants who do not fluently speak English. It is a priority that all information provided to groups will be comprehended by each member.